wonderful Kingsport Carousel is very meaningful for our community.
The volunteers raised over $700,000 to build that roundhouse to put the carousel in. Over 60,000 hours of volunteers. That's amazing.
The whole carousel came from Bridgeport, Connecticut. It's a 1956 Allen Herschel carousel.
32 animals, 2 chariots.
When we went to Bridgeport, Connecticut to pick up the machinery, it was all in pieces. So we never saw the machine put together. We brought all of the pieces home, and the best we could tell, it was in pretty good shape. It had 60 years of grease on it.
It was a month and a half process to assemble the carousel, 10 to 15 involved in the beginning.
We found broken gears and broken parts and things like that we never anticipated. So we immediately had to go to the industry, the carousel industry, and have new parts made.
Involved was a lot of engineering, trying to make the old operate with the new technology. Once you get your hands on it and see what can happen, it brought the community together, and it was just a very exciting project from the beginning. I maintain everything on this carousel except for the painting, anything mechanical, moving parts, alignments. This is the drive gear, which will drive the sister gear, which in turn makes the carousel run. This used to be all grease. Everything in here was greased, even on top was greased. We've done with pretty much all the grease on this carousel.
These are nylotron. It's a plastic-like material that wears really well. It's a self-lubricating material, so it keeps friction down. And also, the operation of the carousel is a lot quieter when you have a nylotron against another metal gear.
This holds everything. It distributes the weight down to the floor braces. It also, the drive gear, the sweep gear, which these are the sweeps, the green part, the sweeps that comes out. This rests on this brace up, so all the pressure is on this brace up. We've had to have this special made. New technology for this carousel. You can control the braking system, the speed, the startup speed, the ramping we call it, how fast it ramps up and slows down. This is really nice for this carousel. It's worked out really well. This is the braking system. This is the original brake it was on this carousel. When the ride is over, the motor kicks out. The electronic system will kick over to the braking system, which start engaging the braking pads.
It won't grab it all at once. It'll just start slowing it down. And when it stops, it actually locks in.
This is the center pole. It's all metal. The bracing system has the brace hole, which keeps this thing level. We have to get it level and plumb as possible. Balance of this. But this is distributed. All this goes all the way to the top. This pole here, the center pole. Everything connects to this center pole. This is some of the bearings here we got to watch for. We've got nylotron inside. It's a self-lubing material. Kind of like a plastic material, but it's a high stress and high wearing. It wears really well. We also used it on the bearings here where the crank comes through. All the weight will be on the top bearing. That's the only bearing that we have that has to be greased. The suspension rod distributes all the weight. Everything has been weighed. So everything has its own place to help with balance. The weight distribution will keep it from wobbling as much. All this is suspended when it comes down from the suspension rods into the down rods, which transfers down into the floor. It's all a suspended floor system. It's a floating floor. This material was an engineered product to take moisture, environment. This could be actually used outdoors. This here is a sway bar. This keeps it from actually twisting back and forth when started or as in motion. These will be adjusted also by the turnbuckles, but these are a necessity.
The one thing that's unique about ours is it's handicapped accessible. There is a ramp that will pull forward so that someone can hold their wheelchairs up. We have 2 chariots that people can sit in so they don't have to climb on the animals. One of them, the seat will flip up and you can get a wheelchair in.
Our community got behind us 200% because there are 700 sponsors involved with the project.
Comments continue to be just utter amazement at what the community has done with such a beautiful project.